Hello, Miss Becky.
I think we need to work on our entrance music.
Preset girl. This is a delegation. Like, really? Are you taking ownership? Are you taking ownership?
As I am doing this with the countdown, I'm going, I think we need more. I think this is not our speed. We need something a little bit more powerful than that.
You know what? We could see if we could find the national anthem, maybe. That would be a good one.
Yeah.
I think, all right, I'll see what I can do. I'll put it on my list. Happy June.
Happy June.
You
Starting to
know,
get
I
some good
was
weather. I'm going on vacation, out and about outside. It's what it should
all
be, finally.
right, listen, I'm gonna put you in the waiting room if you're gonna talk about all the nice weather you're about to be experiencing and leaving us here
I'll
in the
huff up
rain.
about it. I know.
I feel like it's odd that it's just you and I again. We're coming back to our origins. It's been a hot minute since you and I have had to do one of these on our own. We've had Josh, we've had guests,
Yep.
but we're back to just you and I. So I'm excited to chat today.
Perfect. Let's get going.
All right, so we get to start. Good morning, Renee. We get to start and just have a huge thank you, which is resonating from the cemetery staff, from all of us in the leadership at Ohio Western Reserve Ladies for an amazing turnout from Memorial Day. It's kind of the big event. I have goosebumps saying it out loud. It is the big event at the cemetery. It is the National Cemetery Service kind of culmination of the year. It is what we stand for. And we showed up and showed out at Ohio Western Reserve National Cemetery for Memorial Day.
Yeah, it was breaking weather that day. It was very nice. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't too cold. The cemetery was covered effortlessly. Tons of volunteers. It was very nice.
Yeah. So I just want to, I had a quick conversation with Josh Ronestay from the cemetery, and he wanted to echo his thanks as well. From flag laying, we had an additional day of burials on Saturday. The ceremony on Sunday. We had a huge number of volunteers show up on Tuesday to help pull flags back off. I mean, it was beautiful. And as the family of someone who's interned there, it's one of those moments where you get to stand back and say, "Hey, by the way, somebody recognized my family," and it's really beautiful. And you hit it on the head. We literally threaded the needle with the weather.
Right. Oh, all that rain leading up to, we were a little nervous. It's all right. It
Yeah.
worked out.
Yeah, the Air Force band was beautiful. Chuck Dudley running the triple nickel. He did a beautiful job. We had a ton of photographers. If you weren't able to see the event, we do have a live feed on Ohio Western Reserve's social media. So go check out their Facebook if you missed the ceremony. We have the program on our Facebook, or I'm sorry, on our website. So you can get a copy of the program if you'd like it. But it really is what the acknowledgement of, the hallowed grounds of the National Cemetery Service, and man, they showed up. So it was really beautiful. Thank you so much to everyone who came out. And one of the things that Josh mentioned to me was the compliments that the cemetery staff received on what Ohio Western Reserve does throughout the year and how beautiful the cemetery is throughout the year, right? And I think that that's a huge kudos to the staff that is constantly there, day in and day out. Becky got a good dose of snow this year doing a funeral for us when the weather isn't so nice. But that cemetery staff is there all the time, making sure that the community that we serve can come and visit, and people recognize it. So I think we're super lucky at the location that we have. So huge thank you.
Well, and there's really not a lot of staff, right? I think that's so impressive
We
when you
really
look
don't.
at the number of graves that need upkeep, that perfectly manicured lawn, the trash pickup, management of all of the, personal items on and off the graves. It's impressive. So yeah, thank you to all of them.
Yeah, that's a great point. We really don't have a lot of staff. We have some seasonal staff. I had somebody stop me at a completely unrelated event and ask me, how do they maintain each grave, right? How do they weed whip around each grave. They really do take care of each headstone, and it really is beautiful. No matter when you go, they keep all the geese away. They keep all of the remnants of geese away. It really is. It is a beautiful place. So shout out to Josh and his team, Eli and his team. Eli runs the grounds team there. And they're an amazing team. And Jesse's, kind of the head of that crew. So we like to give him some acknowledgement. All right, so we've got a couple of heavy topics today. We're kind of coming into this summer. Things may seem like they're going to slow down, but they're actually not. People like to be at the cemetery in the summer, but we've got a couple of big topics. So we'll jump right in here. Our salute team, which we used to refer to as our graveside burial team, they're now our salute team, is going to give you a couple of opportunities for training. I think this is probably one of the most exciting things when Becky and I talk about this that we get to see, because this is our original mission, right? Like when we get to see our salute team show up and truly attend burials, ensure that there is no veteran buried alone. This team has grown under Megan Tetlick's leadership exponentially. We have no days where we do not have a designation that are going unattended. So it's super exciting. Megan, I cannot give her enough kudos. She's amazing. Appreciate her attention to detail. So we're going to do another round of pre-training. That will be on June 23rd. These are virtual meetings. So you can get on our Facebook or send a message to Ohio Western Reserve Ladies at gmail.com. And the pre-trainings are now designed to just be information, allow you to get some of that background piece knocked out, so that when you do the in-person training, you're feeling a little bit more informed. It's not so overwhelmed. And the last time we did it, I don't know if you remember, Becky, maybe like 20, we had like 20 people on it.
Yeah, we had a really good turnout. And it's just a nice, if you're not sure if that's a good fit for you, and you don't want to find out by attending the in-person, this gives you an opportunity to ask questions, kind of see what it's all about. And then you can kind of go to the next part of the training in person.
Yeah. And it's in the evening. So, if you're not sure, you don't want to dedicate, you don't want to get all the way out there. So June 23rd, mark your calendar. Megan's got one set up. And then the next in-person training or refresher will be June 12th. And that will be a Saturday. Again, Megan is trying to do this in a little bit more time-friendly environment. So June 23rd for the pre-training, July 12th for the in-person or refresher training. And again, you can get in touch with Megan if you need any of that. So, all right, we had kind of a cool thing happen. Becky and I don't even know, kind of a long time ago, had said, hey, we feel like it would be really great if we could get all of the ladies groups that exist, meaning groups like Ohio Western Reserve Ladies together. A, can we identify them all? And B, if we can get them all together and just talk to each other, right? Like we didn't even know what that would look like or who they were. It just kind of seemed like a very big mission, but not a cohesive conversation. What would it look like? Well, for those of you who have followed us for a long time, all you got to do is throw an idea out there, and Becky and I'll let it fester for long enough, and then it'll happen. So this last month, we finally were able to do it, and we were able to involve Arlington. Arlington is actually how this group kind of, it's, I don't know, namesake. It's kind of what we're all built in the likeness of. So we were able to gather together Arlington ladies, Cape Canaveral ladies, Jacksonville ladies, Saratoga ladies, National Memorial, which is actually Houston National Cemetery, and us. And the conversation was absolutely amazing. And we're actually going to be able to do it twice a year. So maybe one day we're all going to get to meet. I don't know. But we learned some really great tips about each other. The ladies in Arlington are just amazing. What we do is a common thread. I think the no veteran buried alone thing, it makes me shake just kind of talking about the fact that it's happening other places. But I think two key things happened from this group. A, we've built a model that we're going to be willing to share to other national cemeteries, so that, you all watched Becky and I do this bootstrapped, right? Like we didn't really know what we were doing. We screwed up a lot. We're still screwing up a lot. But other groups don't have to bootstrap it. And we're going to be able to share some ideas. Some of the things that we do They had better ideas. They've refined it. We're very new. We're the newest group, but we're also the largest group. We have 173 members as of today. So most groups sit right about 50. So that's crazy in terms of the momentum that we have and the impact that we have. So we're really excited. And by the way, we were the ones that are facilitating that organization, right? That momentum. So it just speaks to maybe the craziness. I don't know, Becky, the things that we're willing to do.
The
But
motivation, the passion. Let's go with
the
that.
the passion, there you go. The passion that we have for it. But again, like we're kind of setting up that model so that we can have a further impact for maybe other national cemeteries. And to me, that's kind of the coolest thing.
Mhm. I mean, that was always the intent, right? It's, you know, if we build it, they will come. Will they? I don't know. Let's see. It started to grow. It grew quicker than we knew what to do with. And
Yeah.
then if we can share that, like Kat said, and have people not recreate the wheel or run parallel, to me, that's what success looks like, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
very exciting.
Super cool. One of the stories that came out of that group was a lady similar to, she's actually coming out of Arlington, has moved to another city and is wanting to start an organization in her city, right? So could even happen within our organization. You know, you are in our organization, you move, you want to be the seed that plants in another national cemetery. And now these structures are going to be able to help and just expand kind of that butterfly effect type concept. So we're super excited. So more information to come, and our leadership team will be able to participate going forward, and things like that. So very cool. All right, let's talk about some of the things that came out of the meeting. Now that Becky and I have had a chance to
Mhm.
talk a little bit more, we've got time to speak to the agenda a little bit. One of the things Becky and I talked a little bit more about it yesterday is the business side of where Ohio Western Reserve Ladies is going. I think Becky, we've put off for so long kind of the business side of things. And maybe you can speak to this a little bit better. We wanted the passion side to go for so long, and now we have this business side.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we talked from the very beginning, we thought this had an opportunity to become a nonprofit, right? We intentionally kind of put that off. And I say intentionally loosely because we knew it was going to happen. We knew it needed to happen. And we kind of stuck our heads in the sand for a couple of reasons because we wanted this to stay driven by passion, informal, very warm, until it was, you know, had a good, strong foundation. Um, and we also knew that with that came structure. And it's, you know, some people love structure, some people run from structure, but it is something that you cannot avoid when you're talking about standing up a 503. There's a business side of it, there's a charter side of it, there's a finance side of it, a lot of responsibility that comes along with that. And it's great, right? It's going to allow us open doors for us that weren't previously open. But I think that it's also some change that we're going to have to navigate together as a group. And I think it's going to be hard for some people. So we just kind of want to, you know, let everybody know we're eyes wide open to that. We're all going to be figuring this out together. We're very grateful for the grace that everyone gives us up to this point, and just acknowledging we're going to continue to need that grace for each other moving forward.
Yeah. I'm glad I let you speak to it because you're better at that than I am. So I think if you have questions about what's going on the business side of things, please don't hesitate to reach out to any one of the officers or board members. Everybody is now listed on the website. Everybody's got a picture, everybody's got a bio, everybody's contact information is listed. It doesn't have to just be Becky and I anymore. We're trying to get other points of contact. We're trying to get information delegated. As you can all tell, I'm kind of recovering from my own bout of, hey, Kat does too much on a daily basis, and I've made myself sick now. We're trying to get additional points of contact for you so you can reach out if you have questions about the business side of what is going on as this progresses. We are an open book. If you want to help, please, by all means, ask and offer. We are not mind readers. And as Becky and I have mentioned multiple times, we have day jobs. We're actually doing this right now in the middle of our day job. So we will openly take your help. We would prefer that if you have critiques and criticisms, though, that they come with concepts and ideas along with them. So please don't hesitate to reach out to one of us if you have questions about the business side of things.
I was actually just going to echo that same thing. The leader in me was like, okay, we're going to be remiss if we don't call this out, you know. There's a lot, as Kat said, 173 people. And we certainly, obviously, not all of those people are vocal in our group, but we want to encourage people to feel comfortable being vocal. But that's definitely the expectation, right? This group is built. We want to make sure we have a culture that is open. That means you can come to me, to Kat, to Renee, to Jean, to anybody in the group and share an idea. But we do expect, obviously, that comes with a mutual respect, a kindness, a positive intent, and solution focused. You know, it's the same thing I would ask of my direct reports, right? Like if you're going to have an idea, and it's okay sometimes to say, hey, I'd like to see this change and I don't know how to do that. That's okay. But again, just acknowledging that we don't want to complain just to complain. There's, you know, none of us have the time in our day for that. So we appreciate the ideas, though. Please don't keep those to yourself.
Yes. Amen. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about some upcoming dates. It is getting into that time of year where veteran events are happening. So we always love this. We've got a sign up genius now to help keep track of how many volunteers we need for each event, what type of volunteer we're asking for, and when events are coming. The two that have come into the inbox most recently are the Medina County Fair, which Becky is usually there with her kiddo and lots of animals. So double-edged, but we will be recruiting new members for that table. I think last year we had maybe 3 or 4 people. That's a great event. It's outside. Medina is a great place for us to be. In addition to the fact that the cemetery is there, Medina Veterans puts on a beautiful day. So if you'd like to be there, that's coming. And then Wayne County Veterans Day is also now on the calendar. There is the link for the sign up genius, the dates, everything. If you go to the website, OhioWesternReserveLadies.org/events, and you'll find go all the way to the bottom. You'll see the link for the sign up genius and any events are coming. And I literally update that the second we have information. So know that we're going to have information on the Summit County stand down coming. We've got information as soon as it's updating on the 25th anniversary. Like there's a lot of things that are going to start to happen. So please be sure. And just for clarification, that sign up genius is separate than the salute team sign up genius. So please make sure that you're following the links. Again, if you have questions, don't hesitate, but these are recruiting for Ohio Western Reserve Lady members and our salute team members. So just stay on this, stay on this train with us. We need volunteers to man these tables.
And if you think that the salute team isn't a great fit for you, this is a perfect opportunity to do something that's different. So, and if you're not sure, you're newer to our group or weren't able to attend last year, we set up a table. We have information about our group. We have information about our salute team. And then we have information about people who are looking for, do I even qualify to be buried at the cemetery? We get that information and we usually have that available as well. It's a great time to meet other people in our group and spend a little bit of time together, as well as other veteran facing organizations across the community. It's just neat to kind of see how everybody walks around, interacts, gets to know each other. So again, I encourage you to sign up.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so we have some information about Reads Across America. We have been kind of dancing around this for a little while. We've had in and out communication. I'm probably going to just read what I've wrote here, which I hate doing. I hate insulting people's intelligence by doing this, but everybody that's been on these lives knows that this has been a little bit of a delicate dance. This is probably not the last thing we're going to have to say about this, but lots of people have received some emails. We've gotten a lot of questions. So Out of respect for the volunteers, the donors, and the families, we want to be as transparent as we can about this. Ohio Western Reserve Ladies is no longer going to serve as the Raised Across America coordinators team at Ohio Western Reserve for 2025. The decision was not ours, and we believe it was made without full understanding of the work that was done. While we hoped to continue in 2025, the choice was made without our agreement and despite our efforts to grow the mission with integrity. Many of you saw our December live. You can go back and view it. It is live on all of our social media channels where we address the question, why all the changes at Ohio Western Reserve? Our answer was simple, because people were being left out. The cemetery was being damaged and fewer veterans were being remembered. Sadly, that was completely dismissed when decisions were made. At Ohio Western Reserve Ladies, we will remain committed to the families and the veterans at Ohio Western Reserve National Cemetery, period. And we encourage anyone still wishing to support Raised Across America to use the group code that we have as sponsorships. That group code is OH0467. It is everywhere we can put it. It is on Facebook. It is on our website. We'll continue to post it, which allows us, Becky and myself, to track and honor your donation as we have promised we always will. We do not believe that the January match numbers are accurate, and we cannot verify those donations unless they are made through the match group OH0467. Our asset team, as it existed last year, has also made the decision to step away from Raised Across America at this time. Our team will continue serving our veterans in other ways, as we have always promised, and we remain proud of what we built last year. Our advocacy will continue to help veteran organizations work together and drive our membership. We want to ensure that no veteran is buried alone, especially at Ohio Western Reserve. Like I said, this is probably not the last thing we will have to say about it, but it is a very evolving situation, and this is the best information that Becky and I can give you at this time. Okay, let's talk about shirts and other swag that we've got going on.
Yes.
We have had another person step up, Renee Kosick. God love y'all. I thank God that you guys don't like it when I don't have a voice, because you guys just rallied around me and made things happen. Renee has all of our swag. So if you have a order that needs to be picked up, please, 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 you have gotten emails, text messages, or phone calls from Renee. Please pick up your stuff, okay? I am not going to help in any way get any more swag out until everybody's swag is picked up. I think we're down to like maybe 4 or 5 people. Renee is doubling down on efforts to get you to pick up your stuff. Pick up your stuff like you paid for it. Don't you want your stuff? Pick up your shit. All right. There is also now a Facebook group. I was asked for you guys to do swap. So if you have really nice shirts that don't fit you anymore, or you got it and you said, Kat has bad style, this shirt looks horrible on me, I don't want this thing. Or like Becky, she bought her daughter a shirt and Lily is continuing to get taller. She grows like a little bean. And you want to be able to like swap shirts, get on Facebook and you can post it, sell it, give it away free. I really don't care what you do with it. But this is all within you guys. We do have a few items that like I ordered wrong or were just simply extra to meet a shirt minimum, whatever. Get on, get your swag, all the things. Okay. Please be adult about it. Did I get that? Lily grows like a bean. She grows up like a bean.
She does. I know.
Okay. All right. What did I miss so far?
No, you're doing good things.
Great. And I still have a voice. Okay.
See how kind I am? I still let her do all the talking. I know I'm like that.
I thought you came back for a reason. What the hell? Okay. All right. Here we go. We're going to quote Jesse. How's that sound? All right. If you were at the Memorial Day ceremony, poor Becky, she was standing next to me, or maybe Jean, and I started to cry because I couldn't get this quote memorized fast enough. So Jesse had to send it to me. Abraham Lincoln, apparently in his second inaugural address right before he was assassinated, made this quote. If you would like it, send me a message and I will send it to you. With malice towards none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right as God gives us, to see the right. Let us strive on to finish the work we are, and to bind up the nation's wounds, to care for him who shall have borne the battle for his widow and his orphan. You may have to read this, I may start to cry. To do all which may achieve and cherish a just and lasting peace among ourselves and all nations. Becky and I share notes just because this is likely to happen. We represent as we stand in for family, but this group is a community of families. And I really am going to encourage all of you who are in this community, whether you are listening, whether you are participating, volunteering, you are working with our youth, just through us. We have seen this group do incredibly powerful things. In fact, sometimes Becky and I stand back and we just watch in awe, right? We've been very transparent. Sometimes our husbands wonder what we do together. More powerful than anything, we have watched this group heal. We have watched a widow find her purpose. We have watched a mother of a deployed child in this group volunteer so she can stay closer to her children who she cannot physically touch while they are away. A grieving sister who is looking to keep her sister's name alive on every active base that she herself is stationed at. This group isn't self-serving, it is selfless. And the examples that we have seen go on and on. If you need a community, you are welcome to join us, but this is not a selfish mission. So please be sure when you are in this group that you are in it for the right reason. We are not going to have a July live because it's July 4th. So we're going to take a break. Becky and I are not good at this, but we are going to take a break. We will be back in August, and we're actually going to have some awards in August, so make sure that you tune in. That will be on August 1st at 11 a.m. All right, Becky, what did I miss?
Excellent job, and you made it through.
Right? We almost tag teamed that sucker. All right, my friend, it's so great to have you back. I hope you have a wonderful vacation.
Yes, I'm so excited. We will see everybody in August. Don't forget about all of the volunteer opportunities, and hopefully I'll see some of you guys at the Medina County Fair.
All right. See everybody then.
Bye.